Hello, you guys. How you guys doing? It's Ninja Coder here, and today I have you a very special script. It is a pre-sale widget script, but you can also use it for payments on your website or for payments of your pre-sale. Now, imagine you have a pre-sale and you're trying to get people to pay for this pre-sale, probably send tokens to your wallet, or sometimes you may have created a contract for your pre-sale tokens where users send payments and then they receive your pre-sale tokens. Now, this this payment script here can do all of that, and it can do so much more, guys. I'm going to show you guys how this works. It accepts your crypto wallet. It also accepts crypto transfers, okay? And it is calculating how much tokens you have sold of your pre-sale tokens you have sold, how many transactions have been done, and how many buyers. It also has an admin panel, and it also has a way to display to you how much payment users have made. Now, whenever the script loads, it first of all downloads Ethereum, because this accepts Ethereum payments. It accepts USDT USDC. It accepts USDC USDT on BNB. It also accepts it on Solana. I'm going to show you guys. Let me just show you guys. It's an incredible script, guys. So if you can see down here, we have UPay. You can see the tokens sold currently, amount raised $8. You can see go. You can see this. It increases as the payments, the money raised is increased towards the goal. So you have the amount of transactions done. So over here, the user can select. They can select Ethereum USDT or USDC on the Ethereum network. They can also do that on the BNB network, and they can do that on the Solana network. Okay, so if I click here Solana, okay, or I click Solana network USDT, okay, so as you can see here, I put 3 USDT, right? So I'm just going to put 1. All right, so you can see how many tokens I'm going to receive. So it calculates that and it shows to you if I'm going to pay $1, it's going to give me this amount of tokens. And if I said Solana, you can see it gives me this amount of tokens, the pre-sale tokens. Okay, I do not have any pre-sale tokens yet, so don't nobody go and make some Solana meme coins with this. Okay, so you can see BNB calculates the price of BNB, calculates the price of Ethereum, and it matches it with the amount of tokens you would receive. So if Ethereum is $2,000, how many pre-sale tokens would you receive? You can see here it has the current price of the pre-sale token, which is 0.0035. That can be set to however you want, or we can pull those prices from the DEX and then use that to calculate. Okay, so over here I'm going to pick Solana USDT. I'm going to say $1, and I'm going to choose the connect wallet. Okay, so I'm going to connect my wallet. See, I already have my wallet connected. Okay, you can see I rejected that, so you can see user rejected the request. So you can see it's telling me I have purchased this amount of tokens. Okay, so this is the amount of tokens I have purchased previously. So it has a database system where it is calculating how many tokens each user has purchased using their wallet. Okay, see, this is the wallet that I use. So it has this wallet in the database, and this is the amount of tokens I have used this wallet to purchase. So I'm just going to disconnect this. You can see it doesn't show anything, so I'm going to connect this. You can see it's asking which wallet do I want to use to connect. You can use MetaMask, Solana Fair, or you can use Phantom. So I'm just going to say Phantom. Okay, so you can see it is connected and it has calculated how many tokens I have. So you can see here we have 374 tokens, right? So if I purchase this, I'm supposed to have somewhere between 500 to 600 tokens. Okay, so I'm going to say buy now. See, it is processing to give me this. So I'm going to check my password, which I'm going to hide from you guys. So I'm just going to check my password in my other screen, and then take that password and paste it here and unlock. Okay, so you can see here it's telling me that as you can see here, you can also see your balance. You can see the max balance I have here is 3.03 USDT, right? So I can also choose to max it out if I want. So you can see the preset, the widget itself is very, very powerful, guys. So here I can just confirm. So once I confirm, you can see it's processing. So it's checking if the payment has gone through on the Solana network. And you can see your purchase of these tokens was successful, and this amount of tokens has been added to my profile. So if I close this, you can see here this amount of tokens have been added to my profile. Okay, so you can see that it works successfully, right? And over here now, if I refresh this, if a user comes here and refresh this, you can see it's loading. You can see now it has been changed from $8 to $9, and the number of transactions has changed from 25 to 26 transactions. Okay, so you can see it is very, very optimal, and you can use this on all the networks. You can see BNB and Ethereum. Now you can also choose, some users they don't like to connect their wallet to your site, because some people do put things on their script. So some people prefer transfer. So how do transfer work? Now, for instance, I say I have BSC, so I have BNB. I just made a recent transfer to the wallet. So I'm just going to refresh this. Okay, so over here now, if I say I have BNB, right, and I'm going to put 1 BNB, right? So 1 BNB gives me this amount, right? And I want to do a crypto transfer. So I'm going to say crypto transfer. So here it's telling me send exactly 1 BNB to this address, right? So that's what you have to do, okay? So I'm just going to say I have transferred. So now that I have transferred, it's asking me enter the transaction hash from your wallet after sending the funds. Okay, so when you open your wallet, you transfer to this wallet address, right? Exactly 1 BNB. You say you have transferred, right? And then you paste the transaction hash. What is the transaction hash? Now, when you go over to BSC scan here, every time you make a transaction, you get a transaction hash, guys. You get a transaction hash, okay? And this transaction hash will allow the widget to be able to determine if your transaction was successful, and it will save the transaction hash on the database, ensuring no one can use the same transaction hash more than once. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I can see there are many transfers here, right? This is the transfer I want to use, but I'm going to pick this. Okay, so you can see this was done 14 days ago, right? So I'm going to copy the transaction hash. I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste it here, right? And I say submit transaction, right? So you can see it's currently verifying, and it's saying the transaction is too old, more than 48 hours. Definitely this transaction was 14 days ago. So it makes sure that there is a time frame of transactions that can be sent. If the transaction is more than 2 days old and you're sending it to the presale widget, it will not accept. Now this can be configured however you like, if you want to give a longer time frame or you want to give a shorter time frame. Okay, so now this is a transfer that I did. So we're going to open this up, and you can see this transfer I did was of 0.003 BNB. This is just like $1. It is not up to 1 BNB. So this transaction was done 15 minutes ago. So definitely it's not going to fail on that time limit. So we're going to try and use this and see if it will accept. Okay, so we're going to clear this. I'm going to paste this new one. I'm going to press submit transaction. Now you can see here it's saying the amount sent 0.003 BNB is less than the required 1 BNB, even with a 2% margin. So what it's saying here is that the amount that you sent is lower than 1 BNB, even with a 2% margin, given that sometimes transaction fees and the rest can cut into what you're sending. So it's just saying that even with a 2% margin for error, your transaction still does not meet the minimum required that you were to send, because it asks you to send exactly 1 BNB. Okay, so you can see here it is saying it is invalid. It cannot accept that transaction, right? But if I go over here and I say the transfer amount was over here, we can see the transfer amount was 0.03 BNB, right? If I come over here and say 0.003 BNB, right, and I use this transaction hash, I say I have transferred, submit transaction, you can see it's saying voila, transaction verified. Your transaction has been successfully verified with your transaction ID to be this, and you will receive this amount of tokens. Okay, BNB Smart Chain, and the sender address, this is the person who sent, this is the sender's address. All right, so you're saying total transactions this sender address has done is just 1, and this is the total tokens they have purchased. Okay, so you can see it has been able to verify that transaction. Now if I go back and I say crypto transfer again with the same transaction hash, right, it's going to tell me this transaction hash has already been used, meaning it will not accept this transaction hash anymore. So you can see this presale widget, it is very good. It can be used with your presale website to set up for payments on 3 different networks, not just one: Ethereum, BNB, and Solana chain. And you can use it with all the 3 native tokens, and you can use it with USDT and USDC on all the 3 chains. If you want to use your own tokens, your own Solana meme tokens to set as payments on the script, it can be adjusted to that. Okay, it is a very good script, very nice. I have worked with it and tried to make it as neat and good as possible. So if I refresh this, as you see, the total amount raised has been increased to $10, guys. $10 with 27 transactions, and see the total amount of tokens that have been sold. Okay, so this works with the Ethereum network. You can connect your Ethereum wallet to this. So in case you see, I have already used this to purchase before. You can disconnect, or you can, if I disconnect and want to connect my wallet, it's showing me how to connect the wallet, and I'm saying MetaMask and the EMV networks, and I'm connecting. Okay, so you can see showing me the amount of purchase, showing the amount of Ethereum I have. Right now I don't have any Ethereum. You can see if I click this to USDT, you can see currently I don't have any USDT. If I go to Solana and pick Solana and say connect wallet, you can see now it shows me my balance. This is the total amount of Solana I have. If you don't believe me, I can open up my Solana wallet. As you can see here, this is the total amount of Solana I have: 0.053 Solana, right? And USDT 3.03 USDT. So you can see here showing me my balance, and I can just say max to buy with all the Solana tokens I have. And if I go over to Solana USDT, it will also show me, if I say collect wallet, it will also show me the balance that I have, 3 USDT, and I can max it out as well. Okay, so this presale widget is awesome. If you have issues, you can message me on Telegram if you want a script like this on your presale site. If you already have a presale token contract existing and you have it set up in a way where when people send any money to the contract, it calculates the amount of tokens they will receive and sends it back to the sender's wallet, we can also set it up like that. But this one is currently set up as just a payment, just a transfer to your wallet address. Okay, so it can be set up with your wallet address, and users can use it to make payments. If you want to use it for payments on your site, on maybe you have something that you sell on your site, you can also do it and set it up like that. So let me know if you need something like this. You can play around with it. I'm going to put the link to this in the description so you can test it out and have fun for yourself. You can also send me tokens if you want to. And that'll be all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.